I am Jeff Singleton, the Public Information Officer for the Williamsburg County Emergency Management Division. That's JEFFSINGLETON. We have assembled this press conference for the citizens of Williamsburg County to let them know how we feel, what we're doing, et cetera, and for this oncoming event. It is a major storm. We don't want to impress upon you too lightly the magnitude of it. So you will hear from our county supervisor first, our emergency management director, Dr. Tiffany Cooks-Wright second, and other officials who assembled will speak, and then we'll have questions and answers. Supervisor Casey.
Thank you, Mr. Singleton. Good morning, everyone. Certainly, we're happy to be here at this particular time in order to update and brief our citizens on our preparation for Hurricane Florence. As you probably have heard at the national level and at the state level, this storm has been very unpredictable. But one thing that we know that it is a large, a huge storm, and one that we are not taking lightly. And our preparations for the storm is as a result of our understanding the potential impact that it could have and that it will have on Williamsburg County and you, our citizens. So we wanted to just make you aware of some of the details that are going on with the storm. But before we go into those details, I first want to thank the members of Williamsburg County Council who I'm flanked by. I want to thank our mayors. I want to thank our town managers from the various municipalities. I want to thank our local legislative delegation, senators, and our representatives. And I just want to thank you, the citizens, for the cooperation that you have given us. You know, we also have our public safety people that make up our team, sheriff, representatives from the sheriff's department, representatives from fire, and our emergency management division. And what has been assembled is just a tremendous team effort in order to address and prepare us for the storm. As you know, we've gone through a number of events, ice storm, flood, and hurricanes. And as a result of this team coming together, we've been able to withstand all of those and get through those as best as could be expected under the circumstances. We have been engaged in providing sheltering. We've been also providing resources such as sandbags. Currently, sandbags are being distributed from our Public Works Department on County Camp Road. We also have been providing transportation in order to make sure that whatever needs are met by you, the citizens. And one of the things that we want to make sure that you understand, the storm was up to a Category 4. I think now it's been downgraded to a Category 2, but that doesn't change anything. That doesn't make us be able to drop our guards. So it is extremely important that we recognize and we understand the magnitude and the scope and the potential danger that the storm can bring to us. So at this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Wright, our Director of Emergency Management, to come and share some specific information with you.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. As stated before, I'm Dr. Tiffany Cooks-Wright, the Emergency Management Director for Williamsburg County. One of the things that I'm going to be discussing quickly with you is in reference to sheltering. We have experienced many storms, and our homes have been somewhat compromised by those storms, whether it be wind event or a rain event. So we're asking citizens that please, if you feel that you're not safe in your home and you need to go somewhere else, we have shelters available. We also need you to understand that those that are living in a mobile home, your home can only withstand 45-mile-an-hour wind at best. So we're asking you and encouraging you, strongly encouraging you to get out of your home and wait the storm out at a shelter. If you decide to go to a shelter, we're asking that you please bring your own bedding. And what we mean by bedding is something to sleep on and something to cover up. So those things are going to be important for you as far as, creating a comfortable environment. Our shelters were not created for comfort. They were created so that we can save lives and to keep you safe inside of it. So we ask that if you're coming, bring those things along with medication that you may have, along a supply of medication, along with some snacks, and if you have small children, bring something for them to do. Since things like this sometimes add a level of anxiety to our children, bring something to help distract them. We're also asking that you stay vigilant. Do not let your guard down. And you're going to hear that echoed throughout this time. But please, do what you need to do. Listen to what we're saying on social media. We're putting a lot of information out there. And I know it can be a bit redundant and somewhat a little overwhelming at times. But we're doing this because we want you to stay aware of what's going on. So just pay attention to what's going on. We update all of our websites often, and that includes the Williamsburg County Emergency Management website, our social media, our Facebook pages. Those are updated regularly. So just be paying attention to changes that may come about. I'm going to yield my time back over to the county supervisor at this point.
Thank you. At this time, what we'll do is Representative McKnight, if you would, address.
Thank you, Supervisor Paisley. My name is Caesar McKnight. I'm South Carolina House of Representatives representative for District 101, which is Clarendon and Williamsburg counties. First of all, let me express my gratitude to the officials gathered behind me and those you don't see that are out doing the work to prepare for this storm that's coming. I want to impress upon the citizens that this storm is serious. Just because it is a Category 2 does not mean it does not have the potential to harm you or kill you. We need to be careful because it's a slow-moving storm, could possibly last into Monday, and so do not take for granted that because it's slowed down approximately 5 to 10 miles an hour in wind speed that you won't be in jeopardy. I also would ask the citizens to listen to what the people behind you tell you. Dr. Wright, Supervisor Paisley have been through, 4 or 5 major natural disasters that we've had, from ice storms to the 1,000-year flood to hurricanes. So both of them know what they talk about. So when they give you instructions, please follow them. Also bear in mind that once the winds get 40 miles an hour, our EMTs, our first responders will not be able to come get you, so you will be on your own. So please be mindful of that. This is a time for us to pull together. We've been through hard things before. I'm extremely confident that the group behind me is ready. They've already prepared for this. Myself and members of the legislative delegation, including Senator Sabb and Representative Anderson, have been in contact with and are in contact with Governor McMaster's office, and they have provided us a wealth of information and support and are willing to give us whatever it is we need to survive this event. So let's all do what we need to do. Let's be focused. Let's look out for each other. But most importantly, let's follow the instructions that we receive from emergency management. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative McKnight. I think Senator Sabb is going to yield his time at this point. Mayor Parker, is there anything that you want to share from the Grulleville? Anything specifically you're doing there? Town Manager Treem, Mr. Treem, is there anything that you would like to share at this particular time? Sir, on behalf of the town of Kingstree?
This is a massive storm. Many of us can remember storms in the past, and some of us go back to Hugo, where the eye actually came over the town of Kingstree. I want to say that we are as prepared as we possibly can be for something like this. We don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it is massive. Remember also that we are our brother's keepers. If you have those who are sick and shut in, those people that really need extra care, to understand we all have a responsibility for each other. We are prepared, as I said, in the town of Kingstree as much as we can, as much as we know to be. But with the course of this storm, it has been very difficult to follow. but I think this team up here has done a tremendous job in preparation.
We would like to ask representative from the fire department to talk about some of the specific safety concerns and measures that you may need to be take. So representative from the fire department, then we're going to ask someone from a lieutenant from the sheriff's department to talk about some of the specific things that they need your cooperation with. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paisley. My name is William Horton. I am a captain with the Williamsburg County Fire Department, PIO. We talked a little bit earlier this week about some generator safety tips. If you have to use a generator, if we have power outages after this storm, we ask that you don't try to connect that directly to your house circuit, because those generators can backfeed the power lines that are down and injure the linemen or firefighters, any public safety officials that are out trying to clear the roads or make access to places that we need to get to. If you are out and encounter lines that are down, please do not touch those. Please assume that all of those lines are hot. We've had occasions in the past where folks were electrocuted by touching live lines after hurricanes, and we surely don't want to have any of that again. The other big tip that I'd like to say is we've had flooding here just recently in the last 3 years, major flooding, and you know where your flood zones are now. If you are in a flood zone and your home is there, or you have to get through a flood zone to get to safety, please do that now. The amount of rain that this storm is going to dump is probably going to be of the same proportions that we got in 2015. And we would like those folks that are in those flood zones to be safe and make that decision now to move before these storm conditions start. I think Mr. Paisley said it earlier, that once these wind speeds reach 40 miles an hour sustained, none of us can go out. We are hampered by law. We cannot go back out for safety reasons to get to you. We will not be able to come to you if we're able to make access to you until those winds subside down below 40 miles an hour. Thank you.
I am Lieutenant Darrell Moore from the Williamsburg County Sheriff Office, PIO. Right now, our major concern is for those of you that are traveling to drive cautiously and to move about safely. We have set 4 TCPs, traffic control points, to maintain the consistent flow of traffic. We do what we call all hands on deck. All of our officers are working tirelessly to be prepared and to stay prepared for whatever this hurricane brings our way. As it relates to a curfew, at this point there is no curfew. But I urge all of the citizens, when the curfew is put in place, that you please obey that curfew. That curfew is going to be put in place for the safety of our citizens, and that's our #1 concern at the sheriff office, that our citizens remain safe throughout this ordeal. If you need us at the sheriff office, feel free to contact us, 843-355-6381, and we will accommodate you in its full capacity. Thank you so much.
Again, we want to just thank you all for everything that you do. And again, the team that's assembled here, and there are also a number of other folks who aren't present here. Our power companies, they are out staging in preparation for whatever power outages that we may experience. And so we want to thank Santee Electric, Duke Power, and all of the other municipalities who aren't here, and all the other team members. This is all about teamwork. Because we have put ourselves together as one team, that's why we've been able to be successful in protecting the safety and the lives of you, our citizens. And we want you to continue, and you've been a very integral part of that by cooperating with whatever directions and directives that we've asked you to do. So we want to thank you all for that. At this time, I'm going to turn it back over to our PRO, Mr. Singleton.
Thank you, Mr. Paisley. Just in summary and recap, I would like to quote Governor McMasters, who I'm assuming got his information from the South Carolina Emergency Management Division. This storm has the wind of Hugo and the water of the 1,000-year flood, just to give you some perspective as to the magnitude of it. Are there any questions at this time? I don't think it was mentioned earlier about our sandbag operation. At the County Camp Road, we have a sandbag operation from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. There's a 10-bag maximum per family, and you must bag yourself, though there is limited assistance for those with disabilities. You cannot bag if you are not there. You only bag if you are there. And I think that's all I wanted to say that was not mentioned. If there are any questions, we thank you for your attention. I thank the delegation for coming, and I thank the news media for their coverage. Thank you. Yeah.